mom. I have two daughters and a wife, and I'm here running for the assembly to help people.
Awesome.
Thank you, Katsia. Thank you. It's so great to be with you and Good News Radio today. I am Vin Gopal. I am born in Neptune, New Jersey. Family of immigrants. I'm first generation here. My family's from southern India. And I've spent my entire life here in Monmouth County. I'm serving my second term in the New Jersey State Senate, and married and have a baby girl that's 13 months old.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you so much for having us here this afternoon. I just want to give a shout out to everyone in the audience and thank you for listening to our team. My name is Luann Peter Paul. I am a former judge in the city of Long Branch and the city of Asbury Park. I am also a former prosecutor, assistant prosecutor, and my background is being able to reach across the aisle and working with law enforcement to ensure the safety of our citizens. I also love to reach out and connect with the citizens so that we can have conversations about what the needs and issues are that are important to everyone. So thank you for having us.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. So this first question goes out to Dr. Margie and Lou Ann. And the question is, as your background as a doctor and also as a judge, what makes you want to run for assembly and why now?
Well, as a physician, I took the Hippocratic Oath when I finished medical school to do no harm. But as any good doctor knows, our job is more important than, or is more than that. Our job is to help people. That's why I went into medicine, and that's why I'm running for the assembly. And when I take care of people on a daily basis, I see the challenges that they face that goes beyond just their medical health issues. You know, paying their taxes is important, making sure communities are safe, making sure our students have an excellent education. Those are some of the top priorities that I'll be able to prioritize in the legislature.
And so, as a former judge, when I was a judge, I couldn't be involved in politics. And part of what I saw out there was the need for individuals who make up this team to reach across the aisle and try and make sure that we listen to what the voices of the constituents are, make sure that they're heard, make sure that we get things done. And I couldn't do that on the bench. So I decided, with the encouragement of the senator here, to step down and run for office. Look, I have decades of working with law enforcement, making sure that our streets are safe for everyone. I also, a little bit of background in my prior years, I worked very diligently to help pass New Jersey's Anti-Bullying Bill of Rights to ensure that our students succeed in school. When you feel safe in school, you succeed in school. So that was really one of the best things that I was able to work on, and it passed through our legislature with support from both sides. So we're able to reach across the aisle to get things done.
Wow, that's awesome. So awesome. Your background definitely is going to be an asset to your role. So very nice to hear about that. Vin, this question is for you. What accomplishments from your current term as a senator are you most proud of, and how do you plan to build upon them in your next term?
So I'm really proud of a lot of the bipartisan legislation that we've worked on as it relates to getting more mental health funding, more funding for special education, funding for our shelters here, right here in the city of Asbury Park. We helped to get funding for the Covenant House, which is going to build a homeless shelter essentially for young women, teen girls who did not have an opportunity and come from difficult places, and they come to Asbury Park and gives them that roof over their heads and opportunities, as well as the Stay NJ program, which is the largest property tax and rental program passed in the history of New Jersey. It was passed on bipartisan measures from both parties, and that will give seniors 65 and older who have a household income of $500,000 or less 50% off on their property taxes. It's something that we worked hard over the last several years to really build up a surplus, and as a result, we're hoping this will help keep seniors in their homes.
Awesome. Yes, ça c'est un gros bagay, un gros législation yo passé pour aider grand monde qui gagne 65 ans ou plus pour yo ka gagne assistance pour tax yo sous kayo. So semaine prochaine n'a vini encore n'a parlé avec Rock n'a fait plus explication sur monde ka comprendre qui jan yo ka appliquer and qui jan yo ka prendre bénéfice ça sur la législation ça qui passé. So that's really awesome. I was just letting them know that was really great. There are a lot of homeowners in Asbury Park that could really benefit from that. And I believe the cutoff to apply is October 31st.
Yeah, so that's on the anchor tax, which is up to $17.50, and then the stay NJ takes into effect in 24 months.
24 months. Okay, yeah. So we'll definitely take some time in a future show to talk a little bit more about that and get the word out and help people apply or get a better understanding of what an awesome legislation that is and how they can benefit from that. Next question is actually for all three of you. So, what are your top legislative priorities if you are elected or re-elected, and how will you work to advance them in a divided Congress?
Well, as I indicated before, this is a team that reaches across the aisle. Our legislature is made up of state senators and assembly people. And so you have people on both sides of the aisle trying to work hard. We are trying to work hard to reach across the aisle to do that. Look, one of the issues that we hear about time and time again when we knock on doors is about property taxes, right? It's our mission to look at how we can ease that burden on our citizens. And I think one of the other things the senator actually worked on when we're talking about the positive things that have been done is also something called senior freeze. It's freezing taxes for those who are 65 and older. It's a great program. One of my priorities, I have elderly parents. One of my priorities is to ensure that there are resources available to them so that their needs can be met and that there is the availability of individuals to assist seniors, because a lot of times you're out there without any resources to do that. And I'm going to leave my running mates with some of the other issues, but we are a team, so everything that we mention here, we work together as a team.
Yeah, so I work with a lot of caregivers, elderly patients, and I see a lot of their challenges, and I want to ease their burden as much as I can. Prescription drug prices I've skyrocketed. There's a lot of people who are making decisions whether they can pay for groceries this month or pay for the cost of their prescription drugs. As a physician, I want to make that a priority to lower the cost of prescription drugs in New Jersey.
Wow, that's awesome.
We know that New Jersey and Asbury Park has a large Haitian American community, 1,400 plus Haitian Americans that live here, and we know the story of the Haitian American community in New Jersey from coming from two horrific dictators and how so many people settled here. And I think that story is so similar to so many other immigrant communities, whether you were Irish Italian 100 years ago or whether you were like my family from Asia. And all of these families want is the access to good quality public schools, education, cost of living adjustments where you can make sure you pay for rent or taxes and food. And that is what our focus has been on with Dr. Donlin and Judge Peter Paul. Having them enter the legislature could help just based on their life experiences and supporting those communities. But the number three is going to be continuing, as Dr. Donald said, on prescription drugs. And as Judge Peter Paul said, on taxes, I would add the third one would be schools. And I think those are the three that I think that just about every family, regardless of where you come from, is looking for here in New Jersey.
Yes, that's so true. Vraiment, comme haïtien, ou connaît comme nous jeunes, c'est nous-mêmes qui remet prend soin comme moun yo nan communauté an, make sure yo gen sa yo besoin. So tax avec médicament c'est un bail qui gros pour yo parce que pour yo monter bien haut, la fini pour ti moun yo pour ensuite que yo bien à l'aise là à l'école. Y a pas prendre un bagay là à l'école et puis yo pas just gaspiller temps, but yo ka gen bon livre bagay pour yo comprendre. So ça c'est bagay comme ça yo vle faire. là y ale nan legislasyon, e pi yo ba pe pou yo travay avek Republiken, paske Demokrat ou Republiken, se ba sa kap determine si yo genyen sa ou bezwen. So yap travay pou make sure ke yo genyen sa pou nou. All right, next question. What specific policies or initiatives do you support to improve the healthcare access and affordability to Americans? I know you kind of touched on that a little bit already, but...
Yes, prescription drug prices are very important, and also supporting. I think across the board, mental health has become a very important aspect of all of our health, and we've become more aware of it and the need for well-trained providers who can provide mental health. So we would like to look at that as a way we can improve access to that. One way is to have make sure there's resource counselors and counselors in the schools who can help students, and across the board who can help seniors and everybody with their mental health.
Awesome. Anybody else?
Insurance companies continue to be a big problem, especially health insurance companies. We have 3 or 4 companies here that are for-profit entities, and they make a tremendous amount of money despite their legal structure. Some act as nonprofits, but we have to do more to reel in health insurance companies. I've had a number of residents who still get surprise bills, still go to see their healthcare provider, their doctor, and then they still get a number of bills from the insurance company or from a hospital visit. So I think there needs to be a lot more regulation from the state on insurance companies and a lot more transparency on what residents are being charged for.
Yes, that's good.
Yes, and there's recent legislation that was passed in terms of limiting the cost for certain drugs in the state of New Jersey. We need to look at that and expanding it more. Currently, there is a limit on what can be charged for insulin, EpiPens, and I believe inhalers is the third one. But we need to look at that in more in depth in terms of doing that. We also need to look at access to our hospitals and medical providers, and ensure that becomes more affordable for families to be able to do that. So thank you for that question.
Yes, that's very good. Yeah, assurance cher, médicament cher, tout bagay cher. So nou bezwen wè sa nou ka fè pou ede nan médicament, not just pou gran moun, but pou tout moun, paske gen defwa nan l'hôpital, nou gen bil, nou bat pansil dap cher kon sa, e pi sa se yon lot bagay pou mette sou sa nou deja gen pou nou doue. So very, very awesome. Speaking of immigrants and immigration, what is your stance on immigration reform, and what measures would you advocate for to address this issue?
Yeah, this has really, unfortunately, been a real failure of our federal government. Both political parties have failed in our immigration policies. I think we need to be as humane as possible, understand that this is a country of immigrants. And we need to understand that while so many folks have railed against both illegal and legal immigration, we still have tons of employers who are usually doing the railing, and they're hiring folks knowingly or looking the other way. So I think there's a lot of hypocrisy in this argument. We know when we have residents that are coming here, especially if they're coming from a place where there was a dictator or where it was a war-torn community, we should be as accepting and opening and making sure as fellow human beings we try to protect each other.
Yeah, that's good.
Immigration is more of a federal issue than it is a state issue. But we do need to be concerned about how we take care of individuals who are living here. We need to be, as the senator said, to be humane. We need to be able to reach out and understand what the needs are and work with others and provide guidance in terms of when someone has a question about an issue, where they can go to get an answer to that. So that's what we would provide when we're elected to the legislature.
And being able to support and celebrate our immigrant communities, because they make up so much of who we are, especially the Haitian community. I know here in Monmouth County, Ocean Township, Neptune, Eatontown, all the towns around here, they are the backbone of many of our healthcare centers, in our schools, in a lot of our businesses. And I think as elected representatives, to be open to having meetings, communication, to see what the issues are in your community, And as you know, your vote is your voice. So coming out in elections like this, which might be a low turnout election, and casting your vote for representatives who will be at the table with you to listen to your concerns and to work hard to on legislation to support them.
Could I follow up with that? Just one, because you triggered something in my mind. I do believe the vote by mail is coming out
Yes.
today, correct? It's supposed to
Supposed
be. So please be aware that you may be getting or apply for a vote by mail, which is extremely important to do.
Yes. Oh, go ahead.
No, I agree with that.
Just,
Yes.
To Luann's point, there's really no reason not to vote. There's vote by mail, which is very accessible. There's early voting now, several days ahead of the election, and there's also election day, which is a change from a few years ago when you just really had election day or you had absentee ballots if you had an excuse. Now everybody, I mean, I vote by mail, so it's hopefully folks won't sit this election out. There's no president, there's no Congress, there's no governor. It's just the New Jersey State Legislature. So unfortunately, a lot of folks don't come out and vote because of the federal elections aren't. But we hope everyone will, use their democratic right to make sure they cast their ballot.
Yes, li très important. Pour voter, c'est pas une élection qui pour président ou pour moun ka connaît, but c'est moun sa yo kap travail pour avec moun yo. C'est yo même qui responsable pour make sure loi yo passe yo que yo vraiment a fait dans New Jersey et puis so kounya c'est et ça fait ou ka voter très facile ou ka voter par mail. Y a voye li la kayo nou ka pale sou sa pou montre ou ki jan pou fi l'aplikasyon ou ka ale no 7 novembre pou al vote, but li tre important pou tout bagay na pale sou radio ou ba just tande li, but let li le pou vote ke ou al vote as well. And our last question is, how would you ensure that the voices and the concerns of the Haitian community are heard and represented in your decision-making process?
As a team, we are always available. So we are open to having meetings, conversations, and we want to be part of your community celebrations, your community events. We love your music and your food. And I was at the Haitian flag raising event earlier this year, and at the celebration for the anniversary of the Good News Radio, we were there as well. But being a part of the community is and being available is the most important thing, and we are here for you.
I can't agree with you more, Dr. Donlin. I think the importance of being a legislator is reaching out to the community, and especially the Haitian community. One of the important things that I've learned about the Haitian community is the importance of education, and that is something that is very strong, imbued within all of us. In fact, the senator is head of the education committee in the Senate, and so the voices will be very strong. It's just knocking on doors, getting to know people, participating in events such as this. So thank you.
Awesome.
To both Luann and Margie's points, I mean, we know how important all of our communities are, but the Haitian American community here, 6% of Asbury Park, one of the sixth highest percentage in the state of New Jersey. It's a growing community, a community that focuses on work ethic and education and so many of the things that are important. I think the Haitian American community is going to continue to be a big force in the greater Asbury Park area as the population increases, and it's important for me as a senator, and hopefully for Margie and Luann as their future assembly people after this election, not just to show up, but to really understand the unique history and challenge of this community and how they came to the United States and how they've overcome so many of the immigrant families that originally came here from Haiti, how they overcame so much to come here is important because it really tells an incredible American story. So I know we're all going to work hard to not just show up, but make sure that the Haitian American community, hopefully we can, I know we have at least one talented Board of Education member who's in the Haitian American community, but to get more of the Haitian American community on planning boards and zoning boards and involved in town government, so that way the representatives that are there look like the people they're representing. So I hope the community knows that they can count on us, and we will be there every step of the way.
That's so awesome. Yes, bon Dieu béni nous que nous ka gen influence avec moun ki nan position sa yo. So c'est pour nous use voix nous pas ka just ton le tout bagay fin krasé le fini nous pas comprendre pour qui ça, but le bagay bon, c'est là ça pour nous aller, pour nous parler avec eux, pour nous dire pour qui ça, dire ça nous besoin et quitter yo use voix yo avec position yo pour bataille pour nous. Lastly, my question is, where are you guys located? So thank you so much for being available to us, but where can we find you so we can stalk you and let you know all of our concerns and see how you're doing?
So our campaign office is in Tinton Falls, 766 Shrewsbury Avenue. You can find us on Facebook. Just search Gopal Donlin Peter Paul. Just put it right into Facebook, and our page comes up. If anybody who's listening wants to talk more, wants to discuss specific issues, or wants to discuss an idea they have, we would love to talk to you. We'd love to engage more. We try to all get out there as much as possible. And for me personally, I live in Long Branch.
I also live in Long Branch.
And I live in Ocean Township.
Awesome. Yeah, so this is such a blessing. Thank you guys so much. How amazing is it to know that we have senators and assembly people who not only talk the talk, but walk the walk. They take the time to come and spend with us to hear our concerns, answer our questions, and it's a really great opportunity for us as Haitian people, a church, a radio station, to really take the voices that we have and let them be heard and use them to get some things done, not just for us, not just for the generation before us, but even the generation to come. So with that, I'm going to pass it back over to Rock, and thank you so much for the opportunity to talk, interview, share some news. I hope if anybody has any questions that we can answer them either now or in the future, and I will pass it back to you.
Thank you so much, Katia. Thank you, Senator. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you so much for being here. Alors, zami myo nou tande tout qui sa candidat yo te gen pour di nou. Si nou gen question nou ka rele radio, yo la. I know you guys gonna be here for a little bit. If you have they have any questions, can they call or?
Sure.
Yes, they'll stick around for a little bit, 5-10 minutes. So if you have any questions, rele radio, nou kon numéro radio, rele nou poser candidat yo question parce qu'on est voter, c'est un bagage qui est plus important. Faut nous faire politiciens qu'on est candidats qu'on est que voix nous important dans la communauté parce que tant que le sénateur a dit nous continuer nous représenter 6% moun qui vivent dans la communauté Asbury Park là. Alors it is very important to go out and vote and nous pas endorser candidat mais entendre qui projet ou gain grande qui projet ou gain projet healthcare projet immigration tout bas ça aussi important. Alors si vous tendez nous relez nous poser aux questions n'attend nous nous pour un break n'a tourner dans un petit moment.
Nous c'est la jeunesse. On nous veut dignité nous parce que c'est premier côté à attaquer nous. On nous kebe tête nous, on grâce bête nous, on nous coin dans tête.
Nous c'est berceau, c'est la énergie couchée. Nous c'est cerceau pour qu'un escampe dignité. Nous c'est toi roche diffé en bas chaud de pays. Nous c'est en grain en jardin et en pays. Nous c'est racines qui font notre pays. Nous c'est très d'union, nos midans de l'essence en vieillesse. Nous c'est la jeunesse qui met tête nous, crasez bête nous, point dans tête nous. Faut nous qui met tête nous, crasez bête nous, point dans tête nous. Faut nous qui met tête nous, crasez bête nous. Non c'est sentinelle qui l'a pour baiser. Bouton à l'état. C'est la jeunesse qui est nous. Casez belle, casez belle. Ouais, non, telle nous. Nous qui mettez nous. Casez belle, casez belle. Ouais, non, telle nous.
Allô?
Oh, hello.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. Oui, mon question pour en question qui est de voler pour sénateur.
Oui.
Mon nom c'est Jack Kibino.
Hello.
Allô, attendez-moi?
Oui, nous t'entendons.
Oui, est-ce prêt pour me poser une question?
Oui, on m'a posé question. Hein.
Oui, bon, je demande des sénateurs qui parlent de représenter. Les films tap demandé qui ça dans l'agenda en général pour peuple haïtien qui vit aux États-Unis et immigrants et tout.
OK. Premier bagay Deli, c'est qui est représenté. So the question is, what party do you guys represent?
So we are, you have to pick one of the two major political parties. We're members of the Democratic Party, but the method that we have always taken is we work with everyone regardless of political party. It's why yesterday, we were the first ticket to in the state to call on Bob Menendez to resign, even though he's a Democrat, because we don't look at party. We look at what's best for the residents here at the local level. We know that party plays a bigger role at the federal level, but for us, the Democratic Party, at least in Monmouth County, has always represented trying to lift people up and building the middle class. And I think all of us have worked hard to work across the aisle. I've sponsored more bills signed into law with the Republican Party than any senator in New Jersey right now. And Dr. Donlin has run for council in Ocean Township, one of the few towns with Republicans on her ticket. And Judge Peter Paul was appointed judge in Long Branch by Republicans and Democrats on the council unanimously. So for us, it's always about making sure we put the people first.
So, sou ka tande nou, li di ki reprezente démocrate, men, même si ça, yo toujours travaille avec démocrate républicain, c'est plus, yo plus le make sure et puis ensuite que problème que moun yo genye, yo ka répondre ni, yo ka aider, si c'est républicain, si c'est démocrate, but là wap voter, c'est démocrate yo représente. Et puis, deuxième partie question, ou demande, ou ka répéter pour moi, s'il vous plaît?
Oui, maintenant, dans l'agenda sénateur, qui ça gagne pour peuple haïtien qui vit aux États-Unis et peuple immigrants haïtiens.
OK. Là, yo de parlé avant, yo de dit comme ça, immigration c'est plus un bagage fédéral que État, but si nous travaillons avec yo et puis nous ka dit yo qui problème nous gagne, là yo gagne conversation avec monde fédéral, then yo ka porter concerns avec bagay nous gagne, problème nous gagne sou yo, so yo ka tende voir communauté, hein. But pour yo même sous État, yo plus travailler avec bagay qui ba régler avec immigration, but yo available, yo ba nous information, yo ka parler avec yo, so là yo aller dans grand chambre yo avec moun yo qui ka fait décision ça yo, then yo ka dit qui problème qui gagne, so yo ka représenter yo.
Oui, et l'autre point, c'est qui ça vient dans l'agenda tout pour peuple haïtien qui vit aux États-Unis ou en state New Jersey.
State New Jersey pour yo vivre en tant que programme.
Non, qui ça vient dans l'agenda pour eux, qui prend le pour tout haïtien qui vit dans le pays, qui prend le pour eux. Moun ka voter pour lui.
Okay. They were asking like what plans you have for, I guess, the Haitians and the other immigrants that may be coming already or already here in the state of New Jersey. If we get more, if more people come, if there's anything.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, what I was able to pick up was it's mostly the federal government, but we are happy in the state. There's a lot of programs that the state government has created for immigrant communities, such as the Haitian American community, for job programs, education programs at the community college here and the four-year college. So if the gentleman calling wants to come meet, my Senate office is right on West Park Avenue in Ocean Township, and our staff would be happy to go through all the programs that are available.
OK, so de tande sa li di gen programme pour aider avec travail, et puis aider avec éducation, l'école, nan collège, et puis si de gen plus, si de besoin plus d'information, ba kon sa, then office nan West Park Avenue, et puis yo la, et puis yo ka aider, même si c'est pour aider mette nan programme sa yo as well.
OK, merci un peu.
Pas gen problème, merci pour call la.
Merci Zamim parce que tu prends temps pour relayer pour te poser question. We have another caller on the line. Hello?
Hello, bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Question n'a gagné deux volets
OK.
et chaque green vote représente tête. Dans trois candidats qui sont dedans. En novembre, est-ce qu'il a voté Trump ou sinon il a voté Biden? Deuxième question, ou même que tu as un jeune Haitian American qui n'a pas possibilité pour nous voter pour parce que nous avons besoin de représentation. Je ferme pour me donner.
Amen. So the question was, the first part was, every vote is representative of an individual. When it comes to voting for the president, if you can answer, would you be voting Trump? Would you be voting Biden? That was the first question.
Upcoming election or the past election?
Hello?
Upcoming election.
Upcoming election, okay.
I can tell you unconditionally, I am not voting for Donald Trump. I will wait to see who else is running, but there is a 0% chance I will vote for Donald Trump.
I totally agree with the senator. I will never vote for Donald Trump.
I agree as well.
Awesome. And the second part of the question was actually for me. They asked when they'll be able to vote for me for something. And I do not know.
I agree with that question. Hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon. And if you are in Tinton Falls, you can vote for me this November for school board. I am running for the school board of Monmouth Regional High School. So you can vote for that. And until then, stay tuned. Thank you.
Love it.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for calling. Merci tout le monde qui te prend temps pour te relayer nous, pour te poser question. Nous remercions candidat, nous remercions Dr. Margie rather, Judge Lewin and Senator Venn. Nous remercions nous pour nous te prend temps. You guys took time out of your busy schedule. I know you guys are very busy to come out and share a little bit of time with us, share your presence with us. We really appreciate it. We thank you so very much. Thank you. And I hope it's not raining outside and you guys will get home safely. And we'll talk probably next Saturday?
Yeah.
All right, next Saturday we have another show. We'll try to bring him back. I don't know if every single one of you guys will be back, but hopefully we'll be able to bring you guys back and have another conversation and go more in depth into the conversation about voting, who to vote for, and such, so forth and so on. We want to thank you, and have a good one. Nous remercions tout le monde qui t'a écouté Radio Bonne Nouvelle 1 FM, WYGG, Radio Communautaire. Nous remercions parce que vous avez quitté nous entrer la carrière pour porter voix moun sa yo ba ou qui a représenté nous dans le congrès, a représenté nous dans la communauté. Alors, si nous avons des questions, nous besoin poser, tant que le sénateur a dit, c'est l'unité en force. Nous avons the doctor, the judge, Long Branch. Alors, si nous avons des questions, nous can reach out to them. Si vous n'avez pas de contact avec eux, you can reach out to me or reach out to Ketia, reach out to the radio, we'll make it happen. Alors, si vous avez des questions pour poser, questions, l'autre bagarre besoin qu'on ait, pas hésiter, relez-nous, n'a fait ou joindre contact avec eux. L'important pour nous aller voter, messieurs, dames, alors, nous connaissons voix nous important, parce que sans voix nous pas qu'à faire rien. Alors, prenons-nous, allez voter, nous remercions, bonne écoute et bon après-midi.
Nous c'est la jeunesse. On nous veille dignité nous parce que c'est premier côté à attaquer nous. On nous kebe tête nous, on grâce bête nous, on nous coin dans tête.
Nous c'est berceau, c'est la énergie couchée. Nous c'est cerceau.